All right. Oh God, wires going everywhere. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Now technically we're supposed to work on Salvinaris, but we already chewed through the entire day, so I guess we're gonna mess around with the what do we want to mess around? Machine Phantasm. Okay. So Dimitar was nice enough to provide the rotated models, so I can go ahead and fetch that right now. Okay. And we're gonna take a look at well, getting this thing up and running. Hey, Zoltan. How's it going? Okay. I need to get this. Nice. There we go. Now there should be a material. There should be a material now. Bop bop boppity boop beepity boop boop. There's the material. This thing looks awesome. Look at it. Look at it. This is just darn artwork. This is what it is. Beauty. All right. So, I'm just gonna copy the materials from here. 440. About to pass. And then I come along. Yeah, how dare I? Okay, and then we have the upper. Upper's right here. Paste it in. That's for the inside, I believe. Yes. And then we're going to paste it in here. Beautiful. Okay. Evening, governors. Good day. All right, so we're gonna rotate this stuff. Shouldn't be too much. Okay. And then we need to relocate the point. I wish there was a way to move the parent node without rotating or without moving the children. I think that would be great. Okay, move this over. Actually, this is about 0.5. Nice gun. Ooh. Thank you. That is, however, fully credited to Dimitar's work. That's his handiwork. Actually, we should be able to do this. Nice bike. There we go. And now we got the grips, remote grips, which we need to readjust. Okay, so I'm going to take the hand, robot hand. Okay, we're going to place it into a grip slide gesture. Take this. All right, and this is what we got to do. I think maybe, if I'm lucky enough, we just rotate it in the global axis. Oh, that might actually work. Cool. Probably just need to move it back just a touch. Move it up. Cool. Okay, so that's this hand. And then this one is just a flip version of that. I'm just gonna move that back. Cool. So that's good. Get rid of the robot hand. And now we got to go to the VR hand. VR hand right. And grip. Just gotta verify that the gun still works. K17 pistol. So we take grab remote. Sign. Uh-huh. 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 There we go. Place it right around here. The thumb clipping through the middle finger is a nice staple. Just gonna move that back. Beautiful. Perfect. Okay, so that's this one. And I will go to the VR hand left. Do this. Same concept. Match it up. Yeah. Nice. Okay, that should be good. Get rid of this. All right. And now the super easy Steam VR enabling is about to commence. I do not need the headphones for this. Place it down. And let's see. Okay. Let's run this. Let's run this and let's see this. Man, the Valve Index controllers are like the most comfortable VR controllers. Hot damn, this is awesome. Okay, we crashed. Or I guess... Oh, no, we didn't. There we go. All right, where are my hands? Come on. There we go. And then we go here. Right. Beautiful. Just like God intended. Okay. Awake for 24 hours now. Damn. Jeez. Dude, that sucks. We forgot to do something. So this property, VR hand, we need to go to the script of... No, not the script. We need to go to the scene. K17. Okay. We adjusted the location of the grab remote. We need to copy the value, and this is going to be inserted, not this one, inserted into the grip location right, paste it in, and we also need to copy the rotation, and then grip rotation right. Okay, now go to the left. Find the grab remote, copy value, paste, and then copy value, paste. Okay. So there's really going to be only like what, 20 guns in the whole game? Maybe. So doing that whole routine for 20 guns doesn't seem like that big of a deal. Okay. That is not what I wanted to do. Okay, so I need to... Oh, well, hello. Ugh. Ugh. God damn it. Alright. Where's the gun? Oh yeah, I dropped it. So this is interesting. I dropped it, but it never detected that I dropped it. Hmm. And also, curiously enough, it doesn't detect the grip. Oh, well, and now we're stuck. Son of a gun. Where the hell you think you're going? Yeah, that's right. Get back here. All right. I need to figure that out. Why is that happening? We have this. Instance set transform parameter instance is null. Now, it doesn't tell me that it's in here when we clear the hand, but I know that that's exactly where it's at. Hand initial transform. Well, I mean, you know, huh. Okay, maybe it has something to do with the holding slide being in place. Let's... Holding slide. How does holding slide get executed? It becomes true only if we were holding the slide. So that it's physically impossible for this to ever run again. Closest grabbable. This is when we click the grip. We could say that if it's a part of the weapon group, it has to be held, right? Which is something that we do here. Held equals true. And then when we let go, held item, held is false. So, we go to the weapon template, script, var held, and that's it. Okay, so now we return back to the VR hand. Only allow this to happen if held is true. So we have to already be holding the item before we can allow ourselves to hold the slide. Also, we need to do something about this area of detection. I think... maybe the distance is just too far. Let's see. 0.08. Let's do 0.10. Okay, so this is for detecting the handle. How we make atomic on multiplayer? We use a backend. I was actually thinking just peer-to-peer, to be honest. Local friends peer-to-peer. None of this dedicated server stuff. If people want to do dedicated server, they can, you know, just run the game as a host. But that's, you know, like in the good old days. Because I'm not a fan of the whole, hey, you know, we can't afford to run servers anymore. So, bye-bye, everybody. You know, I'm more of a play among friends type thing. We'll see. Maybe we can do both. Or maybe we can do like Minecraft, where the server files are just public, and then anybody can do dedicated servers. I don't want to deal with that stuff. It's infrastructure. Hey, okay, so that's good. And now, oh, okay. Okay, so we can do this. And now we need to figure out, how to, well, pull the slide. We have a system already for pulling the slide, or we have the groundwork for it. We have this slide pull grip origin. The only thing is I would really like to be able to see these objects. So what can we do? Let's do label 3D. Okay, so this is slide pull base. Let's do dev underscore slide pull base. We're going to do it like this. Base, and then we're going to do another label right here. Slide pull. And then here we're going to do slide. Okay. And the point of that is the horizontal alignment is on the right. Or I guess that doesn't matter, because we're going to make both of these labels face the player. Okay, and then here, we're just going to do this. Slide base. It's dumb, whatever, but it's just here to help me debug this. So we're going to do this. So when this guy moves, we can see where the slide is. We can see where the base is. Nice. Slide base. Yeah. So, how is the slide code gonna work? Well, when we're pulling the slide, we've made the object pin the hand, which we have done right here. Now, maybe what we should do is instead have a function in the closest grabbable called slide grab. And then we're going to send in a reference of this node that is grabbing it, or that's supposed to be snapping to it. Cool. And then maybe we just send the hand itself. Let's do self, because we need to access to the side variable. Cool. So we do, what do we do here? This is what determines which point we're talking to. So I guess we will still grab this. Get rid of this. Okay, let's go to the weapon template. Func slide grab, I think, was the name of the function. Yeah, and it sends self, but VR hand, we're gonna receive it, and then what do we want to do with it? Well, we're getting the path of a node in the VR hand. And this path, this node, happens to be this one. Copy node path. Then we go here. Rigid hand, hand axis, robot hand. Beautiful. We get the path of this object, and that's going to be supplied in here. Now, what is here? Here, we need to talk to one of these two nodes. So we do this, then we do .get node, and then the node we get is going to be based on the word slide grip remote, plus we're going to use the side variable to figure out if it's the left one or the right one. And then in this node, we set remote path to this. Okay, now why did we do this here instead of the hand? Well, because we have to do other stuff with this. Like, for example, take the slide pull grip origin and take the global position and set it to the global position of the VR hand, which is the VR controller. Okay, that's good. What do we do from this point on? Well, we're currently grabbing the slide, so we can make a variable called slide grabbed, set it to false, slide grab becomes true, and while it is true, we need to constantly reposition this node to be at the position of the VR hand. So this one, the origin, only gets set once, and this one gets set constantly. The only thing is that we don't have access to the VR hand. Slide, let's make a variable. Slide grab hand. Set it to null. Here, I suppose we can just get away with having one variable. So we're going to set it to the VR hand. And then here, if this is not null, which means it contains a valid node, we are going to use the position of that node like this. Okay, now get rid of visible collision shapes. And we're going to test this out. Okay. Bring the controller back. Come on. There we go. There we go. And okay, there we go. So you can see that there's a base, there's a slide, and the slide is moving as I'm moving my controller. This should really be a part of the hand, to be honest. This little text label. Okay, so now we need to make sure the slide stays in relative axis to the base. So even if I move the hand like this, it always stays here. Now, we can pull that off. Keep in mind, everything we're figuring out here with the guns is actually going to be used in VR mode in Automacon. So, it's a good idea to figure out all these things right now. Now, this is also an approach that I've technically done before. We're going to take what? Which axis do we need to take? If we take a look at the pistol, let's see. We don't have to move these nodes here. I'm just going to move them here for the sake of visual aid. It's going to be moving along the z-axis, so we need to clear local x and y-axis. And not only that, it goes into positive. So, global position. So we're going to talk to local position, and then we're going to make it equals to itself. or I guess we just multiply equals by vector 2, and then we say x is 0, y is 0, z is whatever it is. Okay. That is good. That's good. No constructor of a vector 2 matches... Oh, right. Vector 3. Dealing with 3D. Mm-hmm. Okay, so now you can see the slide is only moving along a single axis. Right? That's perfect. That's not so much. Okay. Hey, hey! How's it going? Doing good. Thank you very much. So what we need to do now is we have this position. We can take this position on the z-axis specifically, and we can apply this. We can apply it to the position of the slide itself. So that's slide detect point, and then we have the pretty much slide detect point. That's what we want to move. So we're going to say slide detect point dot position on the z-axis is going to be set to whatever the position on this axis is. Gun's excited. Come down. Whoa, come down there. Come down there, man. Okay. There we go. Beautiful. I love it. Just as God has intended. Hold on a second. I'm about to shoot. Nice. Okay, that's fine. That's good. One step at a time. One step at a time. So that's good. Of course, when we let go, we need to actually let go. So func slide let go. All right, slide let go, so which means slide grab hand becomes null. Okay. And slide, okay, and then we need to run this function from within the hand. So when we let go of the slide, we do this. And we see grayness. God, is that you? Where is the close button? Come on. Play. Boop. Okay. So we grab it. So what's really weird, however, is that the location is just different. Doesn't quite make a lot of sense. You see, it's supposed to set the location to whatever the hand is. So interesting. Oh, okay. I think I might know what the problem is. When we pick up an item as a rigid body, while it's being held, it might bug out and maybe store the fact that it's grabbing something. So why don't we say that if the item is already grabbed, we don't allow it to be grabbed again. Okay, so one hand at a time. So if it's not null and closest grabbable is not dot held is false, we are going to assume that everything that can be grabbed has a held variable. Okay, there we go. Yep. There we go. Okay. Oh, well, that's not fun. I can't grab the slide now. That kind of backfired. Okay. This might have to be done on a per item basis or per interaction type basis. So if it is held, we allow the slide to be grabbed. Else what? If the okay, so else if it is if we're trying to grab the gun, usually we're gonna do and and closest grab son of a gun, come on. Closest grabbable dot held is false. So do not grab the grip. And then here, you know what? None of this has to take place if the item is held. So we can do something like this. If closest grabbable is held, return. And you know what? We're going to take all of this stuff, which is making it be ignored, and we're only going to run it at the end, the trail end of this whole calculation. So this should bypass grabbing it by the grip or grabbing it as a rigid body if it's held. Okay. Okay. Let's figure out this whole, like, distance thing. Hands up. I'm R. Okay. All right. So, what are we doing? The positioning of the VR controller. Cool. Okay, so when we grab it, we take the slide grip origin, which is this node right here. We tell its global position to be VR hand global position. Okay. Ah, okay. I think it's because I'm just directly applying the position to the gun here. Okay, that might be a problem because this location has to be saved. Slide detect position. I think I might want to rename this. Slide detect point, slide base axis, and then give it, after all, a node, which we're going to call slide grip detect. Just because I feel like this should just be in the 0 axis. So should be in the 0, 0, 0 location. Okay. The alternative to this would be to have a piece of code that records the starting slide base axis position. I don't know if I should really do that. Oh yeah, and of course we're gonna lose the grip remote coordinates. Actually, no, we're not. This gets repositioned by the gun. We're good. Hopefully. Okay. I suppose until we flesh out the system, we're gonna keep being susceptible to losing our coordinates until we get this up and running. get a solid system going. So slide grip detect, that's the name of the node that we now need to check our coordinates to. So we're gonna copy path, copy node path, go to the hand, code, and then instead of grip detect point, this one, slide detect point, we're gonna run the calculation based on that. And then the rest is still okay. Now in the weapon, it is gonna be the slide detect point. Slide detect point? No. Slide base axis. Then we get the node, slide grip remote, left or right, correct, set the remote path. Oh yeah, we did actually lose it. And then this part is still fine. And then here, slide base axis, position on the Z, slide pull delta position. Yes, okay, that I think should work. And the reason why that should work is because the location of this node remains at 0, 0, 0, and the location of the relative delta position, the pull delta position, is also relative to its parent, 0, 0, 0. Okay, so now let's get the slide in place. So I'm just going to plug it in, I guess, here, which I can't. There we go. Perfect match. And then pop it in here. Cool. Well, that should technically work. Man, that texture work is just beautiful. Kind of wish Godot allowed me to zoom in closer. Hey, there we go. Nice. Actually, that does not look like that's the correct texture. Hold on a second. Whoops. Hold on. Copy. That's all broken. I'm looking at the wrong thing. There we go. That's what we're supposed to be seeing. Although that was a very interesting accidental effect. Okay. So, let's see what breaks. Okay. Well, I mean it's moving. Oh, we released it and it crashed. Okay, set remote path and base null instance with value type node path. That makes sense. We are supposed to run let go code. We're actually going to send self into it, and then that's going to know which node we need to clear. So let go VR hand, and what we're going to do is use the VR hands side variable to know which one we need to set to an empty node path. Beautiful. Okay. Phantasmo. What do we do now? Test. Actually, no, we fixed the grip locations for the upteenth time. Mm-hmm. Okay, that should be good. Okay, that should be good. Get rid of that. And let's see. There we go. Okay. And as you can see, we can pull it back. All right, we can pull it back, and we should be able to only pull it back as far as we need to. Also, I need to put some lights into the player head so that we can illuminate the thing we're looking at. Damn it. Did not mean to close Godot engine. Damn it. My solar charge controller came in today, so that's 2 for 1. All that's left now are some solar panels, and then probably lithium or maybe LiFePO batteries, and yeah, it's one piece of the puzzle. Cool. What the hell are we testing? Ah, right. We need to set reasonable limits for the gun. So let's say that this right here is always going to return to 000. So we're going to put an editor note. Always returns to 000 location. Assumes that 000 is the rest pose. Cool. So now, when we pull this back, I believe this is as far as we're supposed to pull. Like right around here, I think. I'll have to consult with Dimitar to see, because he's the gunman. Gunman. There's a place you can be, I say gunman. There's a gun in my tea, I say gunman. Let's record that as a slide limit. I think we can just do that as an expert variable. So export var slide back limit. Leave it like this. And we need to make sure that slide base axis. Slide base axis. No. Well, actually, yes. We need to take slide base axis dot position dot z is going to be clamped between 0.0 and whatever this value is. And we're going to be clamping it. All right. Oh, okay. We crash a cruise. Position on base node 3D. And then value get position. Yes. First is postion, then a position. Let's fix it in both places. What's with you in axis? I always spell it wrong. its axis, its position, it's a lot of stuff. There's just certain words that no matter how many times I try to fix them, I always get them wrong. Okay, there we go. So you see now we have a limit to how far it can move back. And now when we let go, it needs to return. Also, I think it might be because of no, never mind. I thought CG axis was spelled with a Y. Whoops. Axis. Right. Okay. If I'm going to change that, I'm going to lose my remote transforms again. I don't want to lose my remote transforms again. So maybe axis is spelled with Y. God damn it, man. Son of a bitch. Ugh. Okay, let's just take that there. Actually, can I do that? No. No, I can't. Can I make these nodes local? No. No, I can't. God damn it. It's okay. Well, you know what? There. Thank you. There we go. Alright, so that's there, and then... That's fixed up now. Alright, now we gotta go fix up the slide grip positions. Slide grip detect can actually be positioned right here, right around the back, and then robot hand placed inside. Let's fix it up. Mm-hmm. That's good. And then we go here. Beautiful. Alrighty. Get rid of the hand. And that is now fixed up, hopefully, for the last time. Alright. So slide. Let's, instead of calling it back limit, let's do pull limit. Okay. Now, if the slide is not being pulled, the position of this node has to return to 0. So we're going to do it like this. 0.93. Multiply equals 0.93. Alrighty. Okay, a little slow. Probably needs to be a lot faster than that. 0.8. Mm-hmm. That could be a little bit faster. 0.6. I think we're going to be able to get to the fun parts of getting the gun to actually consume bullets, to shoot. Okay. Yeah, there we go. I think that's good. Perfect. And something we're going to have to delve into with this little project is human IK, actual proper human rig. Well, proper, like it's still going to be a custom rig that I'll put together. Um, but it also has to involve some IK for having the enemy aim at the player, shoot at the player, do some navigation. Probably gonna have to do some procedural footsteps. That's gonna be interesting. Gonna have to explore that anyways. Fill that brain of mine. Okay, so what's next? What's next? What's next? I need to place some light bulbs into the player eyes so I can see. Player. XR camera. Spotlight. Okay, let's make sure that the volumetric is set to 0. And I'm just going to do this. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. That is bright. Okay. That's like really bright. Let's get this a bit under control. First of all, actually, I think the range needs to go down. Mm-hmm. Okay. And maybe even the angle. Yeah, there we go. So now we can actually see. It's kind of cool. So now we can actually see what's happening. As a matter of fact, having lights in the eyes really does allow you to take in the gun. Maybe it's a little too high. We gotta lower it down a bit. Oh, that's a little bit better. Mm-hmm. I think I can work with this. This light indicator gets completely uh, overblown by the headlights. We have headlights. Beautiful. Okay, so we'll grab this, pull it back. It's pretty good. You know, that's pretty decent detection, actually. And then the grip is not so much. Maybe it's because the grip location has changed. As a matter of fact, you know what? Maybe we should have the hand not use this grab area as the detection, because we can't really move it around comfortably. So we're not gonna do that. Also, I'm gonna shrink this down a bit. Okay, let's use a different point. Grab area. And this is gonna be, yep, in the rigid body. Node 3D. Let's call it grab proximity point axis. Grab proximity. Grab proximity point. Okay. we will place this point somewhere closer to the center of the palm and the fingers. There we go. Just kind of naturally feels like that's where I'm trying to use, that's where I'm trying to grab it by. And then we're going to go here, grab that proximity point and just move it on the other side. And in the code, hello? Oh, come on. Son of a... The UI is dead. Save and close. Let's launch it back up. Babbity bop. Okay. Fantastic. Let's get back in the hand. Proximity point is out here, and then in here, it's in the right place. Go to the code. Grab area. Huh. Interesting. It seems like when we detect the slide, we actually use the tip of the fingers as the point from which the distance is checked. But grab detect point, that's in the closest grabbable. We use grab detect point to the grab area. That's not going to be the case anymore. So anytime we talk to this, I believe, this has to be global position of that point. The rest of them are okay. And then we just need to also do this here. Instead of grab area, we're going to use this node and here. Hopefully, that will be okay. Whoops, don't break anything. Yeah, we definitely need some sort of a alternative approach to this. There we go. Okay. Now we can still technically do something like this. Interesting. Oh. That point needs to be adjusted. Grip detect point. It's right here. Also, I think we need to make the VR hand contain that little label. Debug label grab. Yes. Grab indicator light and VR label grab has to be a part of the hand axis so that they follow it. Okay. Just need to do this, and then the light five matches in total, and that's it. Okay. Well, that seems to work. Okay. So now the magazine. Let's get the magazine set up. So what do we got? K17 pistol. We have the weapon template, and I think we also need to make a magazine template. So let's start with a rigid body. Rigid body. Magazine template. I just piss a bunch of people off and call it clip template. Yo, man. Weapon K17. So we have bullet casing. We have magazine. Magazine TSCN or GLB. That's what we need. Okay. I believe the magazine is all in the lower. There's only 2 materials here in total. We got all the bullets. And I think everything in here is in the lower. Yes, beautiful. All right, I need to adjust the zoom. There we go, to allow me to get even closer. Fantastic. Man, that looks good. Okay, now. This mag is a little off. It's not quite in the center. Gonna have to do this. And then this needs a shape. We're not really supposed to have this magazine here, though. So, magazine template, objects, weapon. Okay, for now. And then we need to make a new inherited scene from the magazine template, which is where we're supposed to place this actual physical magazine. Okay, so K17 magazone. And now, in the collision shape, we give it a rectangle collision. Okay, I think for now that will be okay. It's getting mighty windy. Cool. Okay. So, what do we do next? Well, next we need to make it a grabbable object. Right? Need to make it a grabbable object. So, grabbable group. Okay. Grabbable group. Now, how do we actually grab this? Huh. Okay, that is curious. The magazine template is in a weird place. We said this. Mm-hmm. Okay, there is a spring which can be animated. We can actually program it. Right now it's fully extended. All right. We need to assign a script. Script. Weapons. Weapon template. But this is magazine template. Yes. Beautiful. We need to have a variable called held. By default, for sure. We need to store amount of bullets. I don't remember how many. For now, we're going to do 9. I'm going to have to once again get some info from Dimitar. I think it told me about it. We can count how many bullets there are, but I don't remember if it's just visual or not. I think it says 19. Yeah, I think that's 19. 9mm 19 round. Or I think that's a little much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 15. Okay, I'll leave it here. We'll figure this out next time. Cool. What do we got to do? Well, right now, technically, this should be grabbable. But it needs to be grabbed in a bit of a different way. So, magazine group. Put that in there. And then our hand. Okay. Okay, here we go. So if it's in the weapon group, it does this. If it's in the weapon group and it does a whole bunch of other stuff here. Okay, so we know that automatically none of this stuff is going to work. What do we need to do here? This needs to run for sure. So this here is for if it's a weapon group, and then this right here is effectively just for anything that is just a rigid object that we can pick up and nothing else. So I suppose we might have to put it in here. Elif. Elif closest grabbable isn't group. Magazine group. And if that's the case, well, we need to technically reposition the element in the right place. So we need to have 2 grips, I think. One for the left, one for the right hand. Okay. Fair enough. So I think I'm going to have to copy this grip location. Okay. And then return back to the hand real quick. So this is what we do. Do we have a gesture? Might have to prep that first. We have a generic grab. Okay, but that's not the kind of grab we need. So let's see if we can get away with just having a maybe generic magazine grab. We'll still supply one. we'll supply it in a way that allows us to change it. Okay. So let's duplicate this, and this is generic grip generic magazine. Okay. Oh, okay, we gotta be careful not to move it along the 3-axis. Yeah, there we go. That should be good. We're gonna copy it, protect it, so it doesn't get garbage collected. Interesting, we have a body action in there as well. When did that happen? Nope, it's just armature and nothing else. Interesting. Dope sheet, action editor. Oh, they're not protected though. Slide action, body action. Oh, it's the gun. There we go. There we go. And then Control-Shift-O to open the project back up again. Robot hand. I did actually get a little bit of work done on Sublinaris today, but it was like an hour before I had to get some work done, so starting a stream was kind of pointless. I made some nice wavy underwater kelp. Really long strands of it. So, you know, don't you think that just because I'm working on the VR project, the VR shooter, the Sublinaris is not getting attention. Okay, so grip. Cool. Let's export. Go back here. All right. So, grip generic magazine. So I'm going to go to the magazine, and then we're going to make a variable, export var grip gesture. Is it gesture or pose? Which one? Slide, grab, weapon key. We don't actually use one. Okay, that's fine. Grip gesture. So when we go here, we're gonna tell it to play. Closest grabbable, grip gesture. And then there's none of this stuff in the beginning. Cool. The only thing that's left to do is to record these values. Closest grip location, grip rotation. So let's go here, right. Magazine, K17 magazine. Okay, and then we'll grab remote, set it to the magazine, and we just need to align it like this. Perfect. So all we have to do now, copy, Pop it in the mag. This is right. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now we got to do the same thing in the other one. Except the animation is magically missing. Also, what happened here? No. Hold on a second. The hell happened to the alignment? Oh, there we go. Okay. Whew. Don't scare me like that. Don't you do none of that nonsense. Oh, damn it, but the animation's not here. Grab. Open. It's in here. Group Generic Magazine. Don't you be lying to me now. But it's missing from here. Oh, God. Do I have to restart the engine? It's the whole, like, inherited containing another inherited issue. Very rarely, but it does crop up. Drives me nuts. Okay. Hand left. Nope. It's just gone. Okay, so I am just gonna have to take the robot hand. Place it in here. This one doesn't contain anything of value. Oh, you know what? Can't even do that. Editable children. Oh, that might be it. And then we right click, do editable children again. Nope. It's just gone. Okay, why? Why? Let's take right. Undo editable children. And then redo editable children. It's got 4 animations. This one's got 3. Man, why you do this to me? Like, how am I supposed to fix this shit? This isn't even my fault. Like, what the hell, man? Okay, maybe if I record, like, another animation into it. Let's see. We have grab. There's supposed to be 5 animations here. Grip generic magazine. Sure. Let's take the reset. Duplicate it. Call it reset test. Protect it. Export. Override. Okay. There's all the animations. Now that's the right hand. What about the left hand? The left hand. Nope, still fucked. Whoa, maybe it's here. Maybe it is in the animation resource. Manage animations. Can we just load it? No, just tres anim or res file. We could save it. This is beyond stupid. But maybe. Manage animations. Can I save it? I can't save it. Save as. Animation library can be saved because it does not belong to the edited scene. Make sure it's unique first. Oh, eat shit. Come on. I gotta go into this. Okay. And then maybe set animation save path. Yes. Set paths. Re-import and sure. And now, believe this should still be okay. Yep. We'll go to the left. Okay, so now here, we manage animations. Open. And there we go. There's the generic grip magazine animation. Is it going to work though? It is going to work. But now my hand is in the wrong place. Did I like make local accidentally or something? Okay. And now it's lost the animations. Ooh. Okay. Maybe that's because I didn't save it. Okay, and we go here. That's the grip that I am looking for. Woohoo. Okay, and then I'm actually thinking that I might have to remove the hand from the VR hand left, VR hand right, and then instance it in independently. Because this is actually sketchy as shit. This, I don't trust it. Not one bit. We have robot hand. No 3D. Robot hand base. We're going to leave a note for ourselves in case Godot decides to be a yuck boy and nuke the links to GLTF animations. Okay, so I'm going to take this robot hand. We have the robot hand base, which is in the same exact location as the robot hand. So I'm going to take it out, delete this, which removes it from both places. And then we're going to place a new one in the same exact location. And then here, we also have one, but it is flipped. Just comparing it. Okay. So this is left. Let's grab the grab remote. Set it to the magazine template. And then the hand, robot hand, needs to be in the right pose. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, and I think height-wise, both of these are in the same location. Grab, where is it? Grab remote. On the y-axis, 0.005. And then here, grab remote. Ooh, 0. Oh, interesting. Right. Up and down axis, because the hand was rotated by 90 degrees, so that it's easier to animate. It's actually, this is the x-axis. So it's negative 0.041. And then here, negative 0.041. There we go. We need to make it a little bit higher so that it's easier for us to insert it into the gun. Okay, so we got it. So this is the position of the grad remote. Copy value. Okay, that's for the left hand. Paste. And copy value. Paste. It still copies radians instead of degrees. All right, we just got to keep that in mind. Okay, so that's it. Get rid of the mag. And then, oh yeah, the worst part is that I technically couldn't place a unique hand into this one because, well, there's no such thing. If I place one in the right hand, it will appear on the left hand. So anytime I have an issue where the hand's animation didn't get loaded, I have to go to the right hand, delete it, import it again, and then it'll be there. And now we're broken because the hierarchy of hands or nodes has changed. Okay. Whew. Robot the two-hand base. Beautiful. Okay, one sec. Ooh, okay. It's actually so windy that there's doors being slammed in the house. Not fun. Okay, so we got 6 places. There we go. 6 places where we use this, where we have to be using this. Besides that one. Okay. I'm pretty sure that the weapon also relies on it. Yeah, robot hand. There we go. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, what the hell was I testing? This? Nope, that was already working. Oh, magazine. Right. Damn it. Man, they gotta add an option to have a confirmation even if there's nothing to save. Close confirmation box. Okay. Okie dokie. What do we got? Magazine. Okay. Looks like I'm gonna need to get myself one of them multi-port chargers so I can charge these controllers because I'm running out of battery. These controllers really discharge quite quickly. Okay, let's do this. Mm-hmm. And let's get the magazine on in here. Beautiful. Okay. Hey, nice. Not bad. I think it could be probably lifted or dropped down just a little bit more. Alignment-wise, it looks pretty close. Okay, so now in Boneworks, the way they had handled the whole system is that as soon as you approach the magazine to the insert point, it immediately gets inserted. Like you don't even have to do anything; it automatically goes in. Should we do something like that? What do you think? Just automatically gets inserted. Let's try it. Just to see what it looks like. Let's get... Would be a lot easier, yeah. Saves you one extra action. Like, for example, if you approach it to the magazine and then for some reason you're not in the right place, when you let go, the magazine just falls down. And that's kind of annoying. So, I suppose that's what we can do here. Let's give it an area node. We're going to have the magazine insert detect. Let's give it a shape. I think technically a circle will be just fine. A sphere, but I feel like maybe we'll just go for a box. Okay. Insert detect, or let's do mag port detect. Okay, so we're physically detecting the magazine port here. Let's get, what are we detecting? Well, it would help if the gun had something to detect for us. Weapon template. So let's give it an area node, and then this is going to be magazine mag port. Give it a shape, but we don't populate the shape. We go to the pistol. There's the mag port. Place it right here. The whole point of this is so that all the guns simply run the same inherited scene, and adding a new gun is as simple as instancing the scene, repositioning a few of these nodes, changing a few properties, and then bam. Quite literally. Okay. That's going to be the port. Maybe we can take the handle, extend it a little bit. Okay. So, mag port. We could also kind of detect it by name, but I kind of want to work with groups. Mag port group. All right. Go back to the magazine. We need the magazine template. Oh, I did not put it into the magazine template. Okay. Take this, pop it in here, and then I guess in here we just need to reset it. And copy, get rid of that collision shape. It's not supposed to be here. It's supposed to be in here. Okay, except we can't even do it apparently. Oh, is that just really big or what's happening here? Yeah, I don't know. Let's close this for a sec. Okay, that's weird. I can't see. Oh. How did that happen? I hid the collision shape. Okay. So that's good. We're going to go to the magazine template. Establish the two signals. So area entered. Actually, we just need one signal. And then simply check if area dot is in group of, what was it called? Mag port group. And if it is in the group, then we know it's a part of the weapon. And area get owner. That's going to give us the weapon itself. And why do we need that? Well, we need to make sure that the weapon type, the magazine type, matches the weapon type. So in the pistol, we have a property called weapon key. Okay. And then I guess we can go ahead and just supply the same variable here. Make it an export variable. And I think in the weapon, it's supposed to be an export variable as well. Yes, it is. Okay, so if in the owner, weapon key is the same as this weapon key, let's call it for weapon key. There we go. Then we know that we have entered the proper weapons mag port. So what do we do next? Well, next we need to be able to insert it. So to do that, we're going to snap the magazine to some sort of a location here and have it slide into place. Yeah, have it slide into place. And the way we're going to do that is by interpolating something. Okay, let's do a new node. So this is going to be in the weapon template. Node 3D. So this is going to be mag seat or mag origin. Okay, so there's the mag origin. And we need another one, probably inside of it, called mag insert position. Again, I'm just trying to make it as simple as possible, where on a new weapon, all I have to do is just move around a bunch of these nodes, and it'll just work. It just works. So mag origin, we're gonna take the K17 magazine, place it in here, and then all we have to do, take the mag origin, and then place it roughly where, well, hopefully not roughly, hopefully precisely, where it is supposed to be. Let's see here. I don't think that matters too much. The fact that it's a little larger than it needs to be, I think that's okay. Okay, so that's where it's going to end up being. Now, I kind of want to make it so that we can just slide it along one single axis. Maybe. Although, you know what? No. That would not be a good idea. Because we might end up having a weapon where you have to, like, pivot. Pivot! We have to pivot a magazine into the weapon. And that would not be super handy. So we don't want to make it slide across one axis, but we can still make it look like it is sliding across one single axis. Okay, so if we take this now and position it like that, we're going to tell the magazine to interpolate from this position to this position. Okay, so the magazine will be made. I think we have to. Do I have to make it a child? I kind of want to make it. I want to avoid making objects children of one another as much as possible. So, what can we do here? Another remote transform. These two nodes will act as location markers. And then this node, the remote transform node, I think we're just going to position it in the mag origin. And that's it. So mag remote transform. Okay. Get rid of this. And what do we do now? Well, now I think the weapon would have to be given a function called func insert mag. Mag node is going to be passed along, and well, let's assume that it's already working. So we're going to say the mag remote transform node remote path has to be set to this node's path. Okay, next, the mag remote transform dot transform is going to be set to the transform of this node. And then in the process function, we're going to tell the remote transform, the transform of the remote transform to be interpolated from its current transform. I think, yeah. Linear interpolate with, with what? Well, it has to be in here. I think we can just say it needs to transform to nothing, or to like 0, 0, 0 on location and rotation. So like this with a speed of 0.1. This seems dumb, but I think the default transform contains location, rotation, and scale, and the scale I think should be 1, 1, 1. Maybe, hopefully, I guess we'll see. Cool. Well, let's see if this even works. It does not. Expected indented block after if, right? Because we're not done here. After we verify that the magazine has touched another area of group magport group, and its owner weapon key matches for which weapon this magazine is for, we're going to talk to that owner. We're going to run the command that we just programmed called insert mag, and then we're going to send self into it. And when we do, we're going to need to make sure that it is frozen, so it does not succumb to physics. Okay, let's see. Is it going to crash idling? It is. Invalid call notices function linear interpolate. I think it might be interpolate with. What's up? Good day. Linear interpolate. I think, yeah. This might be it. Hey, okay. It works. Holy shit. No freaking way. It actually works. Okay, it's a little jankalicious, but it works. I think we need to just disable the collision shapes. Whoops. Okay. Damn, bro, looks complicated. It's only complicated because we're going for some pretty pretty insane high-up VR stuff. Um, you know, you can make scratch level stuff in Godot, no problem. Super easy stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and disable collisions on the magazine. So the magazine should only have one collision shape, right? So we do there's that hallowed missing suggestions that everybody talked about. Okay. Wait, disabled false. It's got to be disabled true. Oh, yes, it is. We need to find some Glock sounds. Okay, that's good. That's good. Nice. Okay. Now the problem is we can kind of keep doing this. Nice. Okay. Well, we still have collisions. Oh boy. Collision shape 3D. Interesting. Well, the collision shape has been disabled. There's no way that it would... Weird. There's no way that it would actually affect our physics, because with the disabled collision shape, we can't actually detect anything. We have some errors. Magazine template? Oh, right. We cannot change the state of a collision on a body entered or area entered signal. That makes sense. Okay. So we're going to have to disable this with call deferred. Okay. Now, the method, there's no way to do call deferred on an object. Is there? No, yeah, you can. Hold on a sec. Let's see if this is possible. So we're going to do collision shape 3D. We'll be calling deferred, a function that relates to the property called disabled. And then we can do set disabled, and we can send the value of true, like this. Okay, so I think that should be okay. There we go. Nice. No more jiggly jaggly collisions. That's good. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Another really cool feature that I saw in Boneworks is the fact that you can pop one magazine with another. Okay. Oops. Okay. Sure. Doing a barrel roll. That should be fairly simple. That should be fairly simple. All we have to do is have some sort of a quick eject location. Why don't we just set one up right here? Node. Let's go to the weapon template. Node 3D. Call it quick eject mag quick eject location. Okay, on the magazine, on different weapons, this would be located in different spaces. On this magazine, we're going to place it right here, just out of the way. Okay. So, if we have a magazine already stored here, then we need to eject it. The gun has to store the reference to the magazine, because we need to subtract bullets from it. My mag. Okay. When we populate it, if my mag is not null, we're going to do some stuff. And then my mag is going to be the mag node reference that we've sent into it. Now, what we're going to do here, when my mag is not null, there's already one there. So what does that mean? Well, that means we're going to have to talk to this node, or we're going to have to use this node. We're going to talk to my mag. First of all, freeze set to false. Actually, that might be the last thing. We're going to talk to my mag global transform. We're going to set it to the global transform of this quick eject magazine position. Then freeze becomes false, and technically that's it. The rest is just going to kick in. Cool. Okay. So it works, but it kind of goes ballistic. And I think that's because the physics of the magazine here are being, like, accumulated. So even though it's being affected by the rigid body, by the physics, or by the remote transform node, it still accumulates gravity. So we're going to do linear velocity equals vector 3 dot 0, and then angular velocity, same thing. I absolutely have zero trust that this is going to help, but here we go anyways. Oh, okay. Interesting. Right. We're technically still holding the object. So we need to tell the player to let go the hand, to let go of the magazine that we're inserting into the weapon. Right. How do we do that? Well, the magazine should know which hand is holding it. Okay. And then when the VR hand grabs the magazine, which happens right here, we tell the closest grabbable, my hand, that self is the hand that's holding it. And that's good. Okay. Now we need to make a function, let go of item. And to let go of an item, we technically have to set the remote path to none and held item to null. Even though technically we do not record the magazine as a held item. We may want to. Oh, actually we do. right here. Cool. Yeah, so I think that's basically all we gotta do. We disable the fingers here, which happens on here, regardless of which item we're grabbing. So we should probably enable the fingers. Okay. Cool. So we're going to go to the magazine template. And then when we detect that we're being inserted, we're going to say my hand dot let go of item, and then my hand becomes null. Which we may actually want to make sure that my hand is valid. If my hand not null. Because you can technically grab a pistol and then smack it against the magazine and it will get picked up like this. Which, to be honest, is kind of funny. I kind of want to keep it. Okay, that is still a mess. Oh, you know what? It's because it self-detects. Oh no. Oh no, it self-detects. Okay, that's a bit of a problem. I think we might want to have a bit of a time delay. Right? Just a bit of a time delay. Like, what, a second before we can detect it again? Or we could try to angle it out of the way. Okay. Well, that works. My hand didn't return to the normal rest pose. Which, by the way, why doesn't it? It always starts straight. I should have a reset pose. I do have a reset pose. Okay. So we go back here. And then when we let go, play the reset pose. Man, I got beefy hands. I like it. Before, the hands of the player were just really, really tiny. I didn't really like it. I like when it's slightly oversized. Okay, so we do that. Nice. Cool. Now we can do this. See the bullets inside. That's really cool. Now, technically, every time we pull this back far enough, it's supposed to pull one of the mags out. Mags. Bullets. One of the rounds. Okay. So, eject a bullet. Yes, absolutely. This was on the list of things that I had to do, but by the time I got this in the first rendition, in the previous rendition of this prototype, I just got super burned out and I couldn't go along. So, this time, the problem, it's such a weird thing. I used a lot of placeholders, but because I used a lot of placeholders, the final product looked kind of meh, right? And it didn't really feel like I achieved that much. It honestly feels like if I use prototype graphics, it will forever feel like prototype and not really feel like, hey, this has direction. I don't know. Is it going to ricochet the bullet? We'll have to see. That might be a good good gameplay mechanic. But let's do this. Hey, 17 round. I don't think we're gonna have to do anything drastic here. We do have the models for it. Let's see, models, weapon, and then we have bullet casing. And we can technically eject either bullet or bullet casing. Having someone do the models is a good motivator. Yeah, no kidding. Like me being able to just focus on the coding. Damn, man. That's awesome. Okay, cool. So it looks like the casing is one mesh, and then the bullet itself is another mesh. That's perfect. Okay, so K17 round TSCN. Sure. Let's just go to objects, weapons, K17 round, and then we're gonna load lower. Beautiful. Okay. Nice. So we need to make this thing spawn in. What is it? Shape. Cylinder. Yes. Cylinder. There we go. Man, this is going to be a one tiny bullet with these physics. Okay, I'm going to have to see how Jolt deals with such a small collision. Okay. Now, here's the deal. This is the one that we're supposed to eject. Okay? So in the weapon template, we're going to need to give ourselves a variable, an export variable, which is where we would, let's do round scene. And this is going to be a packed scene. Okay. Cool. Now, I believe when we provide a packed scene, is it already loaded in the memory, or do we still have to instance it? Or do we still have to preload it? I think we'll have to see. I think it's just the scene, the packed, yeah, that's the loaded packed scene. Cool, so we can go here into the pistol, and then round scene. We're gonna quick load K17 round. Nice. What do we do with this? Well, every time we pull the slide back far enough, we need to make it pop out a round. Okay. Now, here in the process function, this is where we grab the round. Would you ever change the default theme? There's no point. The theme does not bother me as much as it apparently does other folks. It's just the theme. Like, I gone over the personalize the shit out of everything with custom colors, backgrounds, and everything. I think by the time I was 12. At that point, I have reinstalled my computer operating system so many times because of like glitchiness, slowness, and viruses that I just realized what's the point? I'm just gonna wipe the computer and do it all over again. There's no point in it. You know? Okay. How do we know if we pushed it far enough? Change of passive starts theme looks too good. Interesting. Yeah, well, there's additional functionality there, isn't it? Okay. What do we do here? We need to know if the slide has been pushed far enough. So we need to have a variable that stores if it's been pulled. Slide pulled back. False. I guess I can do a slide state. So it's either idle or it's pulled. Okay. So when we do this, actually we might want to do it outside of the grab state. So if the slide state is pulled and the slide, what is it? Slide base axis position Z is less than 0.2, then this means slide is back to idle state. Okay. Now, elif, if the slide is an idle state, but the z-axis is pushed past, let's say, the limit minus 0.2, then the slide state is considered to be pulled. Okay. Okay, so this is the flip-flop that's going to detect when the slide goes between the rest position and the pulled position. When it goes to the pulled position, this is where we need to spawn in a single round. But spawning in a single round is done both when we pull the slide and when we shoot the weapon. So we need to make it share that feature. Okay. So let's make a function eject round. And we're going to need to specify afterwards if it's ejecting a spent round or a normal round. But for now we need to know where does the round get ejected. So let's make a variable called, it's going to be a node 3D node, and this is eject round location. Eject round port. Okay. Go back to the pistol. Eject round port is located right here. And if we were to place a single round in here, uh-oh. Oh. Oh no. Oh no, Dimitar forgot to flip the round directions. Oh, dang it. Hold on, I need to send him a message. Okay. Cool. Sure. For the time being, I'm just gonna go into the pistol and we'll just rotate it to face the proper direction. And I think we can just, it's going to be fast, so I think we can just place it like right here. And we're going to use the x-axis, the local x-axis, to point the direction of where the round's going to fly. And that's it. So, eject round, port. That's going to be used to spawn in a new round. So we take this round scene, dot instantiate, var new round equals, and then we're gonna get scene, get tree, dot current scene, and then to this current scene, ooh, easy, don't drop stuff, please and thank you. Just gonna plug in controllers to charge. Current scene dot add child. The new round gets added as a child of the level, and then new round global transform is going to be set to eject round port global transform, and we're going to tell the round to fly that way. So apply central impulse, and then it's going to use the basis of this node dot global transform dot basis dot x times 2. Okay. We'll add the spin to it afterwards. So this function is going to be called every time we run the pulled command, at least for now. Or every time the state gets to the pulled state. Oh boy, it is pissing bullets. Fascinating. That is very quite fascinating. It works. What? Okay, let's take a look at this one more time. If the state is idle, I think this is incorrect. Slide base axis position.z. Let's see here. Slide base axis. Yeah, that's in the 0, 0 location. And then when it goes this, the slide pull limit is 0.033. Okay. I think what I'm gonna do is oh yeah, that's way too much. Let's do this. Let's just multiply by 0.8. So 80% of the way to the pull limit. And then this is never gonna execute. So this would be like 0.02, more like it. Yeah, okay. We'll figure this out. The funny thing is this is where physical nodes might be better, because there's a visual feedback of how far it can go. Okay. Come on now. Maybe my eye lights should also take a hike for a sec. Hello? Oh, there we go. Hey, look at that. Nice. It's pushing me out of the way, but it works. Infinite bullet glitch. Okay, let's give it random, a little bit of randomness. Noise indeed. All right, so let's go here. Eject round. Okay, so we're gonna do rand f range between 1.7 and 2.3, 2.5, sure. let's do this. And then let's also apply torque. Apply torque. Apply torque impulse. And then it takes a vector 3 value of the rotation. Okay. Vector 3. How should we make it spin? I think it should always spin around the same way, doesn't it? Maybe not. Okay, this might just be completely useless. Oh, okay, bye-bye. E.T. go home. Oh, okay. Nice. Again. Okay, the rotation isn't really... Oh, man. See, this is another thing that I didn't have in the original, in the first project. Okay, we should make the player not be affected by the bullets. Do we have a reference to the player? We do not. Probably should. Okay. You know what? I think what I need to do is reduce the player radius. Yeah, something like this. Okay, so we need to make a shooting function. Now, shooting. This is really done by the hand. The hand has a signal for button press. There we go. We need to figure out which button it is. Grip click, trigger touch. Trigger touch, which means you can detect when your finger just barely touches the trigger, not necessarily pressing on it. So you can do like some animations or something happening in the game. Okay, but that's not what I want. I want trigger click. Interesting. There's actually a physical button in the trigger. And it still has variable pressure. Okay. Trigger click. If the name is, okay, if trigger click is pressed, then we need to know if we're holding item. So held item is not equals to null. If it's not equals to null, then we need to check if held item is in group called weapon group. Because if it is in the group called weapon group, then we need to run the shoot function. Okay. So We go back to the weapon. Func, shoot. When we shoot, two things need to happen. We eject around. And we pull back the slide. So we tell the slide position. Yeah, we'll just use this one. Slide position is going to be set to the slide limit. Cool. Oh yeah, something else that I had done in, I think, in the very first rendition of this project, when I actually was using proper models, purchased models, I actually made it so that if the player pulls back the slide, they can see a round get loaded. Also, I think the, yeah, I think the bullet ejection has to be on the side. Maybe it has to be as a part of the slide, maybe? Okay, we'll do this. There we go. As you can see, we can shoot. There's no sound, but there are bullets. Nice. The infinite bullet gun. That's beautiful. Okay. I don't see any rotation, though. So that's a thing. Rotation, rotation, rotation. What rotation do we want? I think this just needs to be a lot larger. I'm gonna borrow the sounds, the gun sounds, from the previous version. Oh, okay, that's... Oh, that's interesting. If I'm holding the gun by the slide, I can still shoot it. Okay. Okay, that's fine. It'll do for now. Let's get the sounds in. I need something to listen to. So audio, whoops, let's get a new folder first. Audio. Sound effects. And then in the sound effects, we're going to get weapons. And we need to copy over the sounds from the previous version of this project. So we're going to go engine 2, audio, sound effects, weapons, pistol. Ooh, okay. There's lots of stuff here. I'm just going to... I guess we'll just copy all of these. I don't know if I'm going to use all of them. Okay, paste it in. Let's give it a sec. Okay. So, this is going to go into the weapon template. Actually, hold on. Why is the mag remote transform located in the mag in the pistol? This has to be a part of the template. There we go. Okay, so audio, stream player, 3D. This is going to be shoot sound. This is going to be slide pulled sound. Slide released sound. And then for now, this is it. Oh yeah, and then shoot, empty. Okay, let's go pistol. What do we got here? Oh, can't play back this. Okay, well that's not fun. Oh, yeah, we don't do this in a template. We do it here. That's empty, so we're going to populate it into the empty sound effect. Pistol slide slow. What is this? That's release. Okay, that's the shoot. Bullet bounce. What is this? That's not for the... That's not for this one. That's for the actual bullet to detect. That's cool. We got pistol pickup. That's a good sound. So we're going to go weapon template, duplicate, pickup. Okay. So pickup is this one. Reload end. Reload start. Which isn't really reload. This is pulled and then released. Okay. We actually don't have a function for grabbing. So let's make a function here. Slide grab, func grab. Okay, and then we're gonna do pickup sound effect, play. Then when we shoot sound effect, play. When we pull back the slide and it goes into the pulled state, we're gonna tell the pulled sound effect to play. And then when it goes back to idle, we're gonna tell the release slide to play. And I think for now that's good. Once we get the bullets to be stored in the magazine, that's when we'll handle the empty. Oh, nice. Oh, you know what? That works. It's a little loud. Okay, it's a lot of loud. Let me tone down my headphones. Hopefully it's not loud for you guys. Okay. Okay. So that's cool. We can also do a neighborhood might be calling the cops. Oh, at least your property prices are gonna go down now. Cool. Why don't we take a look? Right, let's make the rounds make the sounds so profounds. Let's see. So we have this round. Shall we make like a generic round? I'm not planning on having the player insert bullets one by one, but I feel like implementing it, but not necessarily using it too much, might be just good practice. Because I do like the way, what's the name of the game? Into the Radius handles you preparing your journey into the zone. You have so much control. Like the prep work before you can head out into the zone, you have to purchase magazines, And then you have to load those magazines with rounds. You can do dirty rounds, you can do brand new rounds, like self-loaded rounds. And then if you goof up and then you go into your safe room and then you do some cleaning, but you forget to put bullets into your magazine, well, you fucked up. So you just venture into the zone with like a stockpile of empty mags. Have fun. Just throw it at it. See if it likes it. Okay. So why don't we do this? Audio stream player, 3D. And then this is round bounce. We're gonna do a 3-sound thing, which we can't actually drag and drop. Let's get the randomizer. Can we do this? No, we cannot. We have to do it manually. This is another thing they need to implement. Okay. And then I suppose we're gonna have to have the bullet run some code. Let's actually call it generic round. So objects, weapons, generic round. No, this is not. Yeah. This is a script. Okay. And then what we're gonna do is have the bullet detect when it touched another body. We're gonna tell it to report contact monitor, 1 contact. We could try and make it run continuous collisions. Continuous collision detection tries to predict where the moving body will collide instead of moving it and correcting its movement if it collided. Detection is more precise and misses fewer impacts by small, fast-moving objects. Not using continuous collision detection is faster to compute, but can miss small, fast-moving objects. Right, I think that might be a bad idea, but I want to try it anyways. Okay, this may or may not be a cacophony. We also need to have a timer that destroys these bullets, maybe after like 10 seconds. Also, I don't need to load a magazine to do this. Nice. Okay. Man, this is so freaking cool. I think every time I get to this point with this project, I'm like, this is awesome. Okay. And I think grabbing right now, just grabbing the various components of the gun is a lot more reliable than it was before. I was handling it using area nodes before. My God. There's a time and a place, and this was not it. Okay. Why don't we... I think what we need to do is delay the time before it does its first collision sound. Because it starts colliding with the hand and the weapon. And that's not good. We don't want that. So let's do... I guess we could just do a timer. Okay, timer. Timer what? Allow impact sound timer. Now, we're just going to make it 1 shot and auto start. 1 second is okay. And then if the allow timer is stopped, is not, return. Okay. I believe that's a function. That's a method. Is stopped. Yes, perfect. So 1 second. 1 second is all it needs. And maybe 1 second is a bit much. Like half a second? Nice. Well, the continuous collision doesn't help shit. Nice. Whoop. Okay, so what do we need to do next? Well, next, we need to make the magazine actually have a limited amount of ammo. So, let's see. Magazine. We're going to give it a function. Func consume round. Consume round is going to take 1 from the amount. And then what we need to do, every bullet here is technically an independent mesh. And what we need to do here is we need to take the rounds and we need to hide them. Now they go from the bottom up. Okay. So they need to be hidden from the bottom up. So what we can do is loop through these children, and then as soon as the number of the child gets higher than the number of the rounds left, we just hide the rest. Okay. Bullet's parent. We're gonna need to make sure that the names are lower cases. Okay, that's fine. And the node structure is the same. So mag. Okay, that might be a problem. This should not be named in a very particular way. Or, yeah. Magazine mesh. There we go. Bullet parents get children. So for each bullet in, bullet parents get children. And what do we need to do here? Well, we need to say bullet, I guess maybe instead of get children, we'll just do get child count. So we loop through the numbers, and then we can check if each bullet index, let's do that. If the bullet index is less than the amount of rounds remaining, then we will talk to the child. So get child under the index that we're currently looping through. And then visible is going to be set to, I guess we just set this as a condition. So visible is true or false. So if the bullet index is less than the amount, visible will become true. Otherwise, it will become false. Okay, I suppose we can just take a look here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15. Is there 15? No. Yes, I guess there's just 15 rounds in total, at least in this model. So we'll do 15, and that's it. Now, if we consume one round, we have 14 rounds. So but there's still 15 children. So we go up to child 15. The last one is 14. So it has to be less than 14. Okay, that makes sense. I think that should be okay. And that should be basically it. Okay, so all we gotta do now is go to the pistol, and when we shoot, we do if my mag amount is above 0, then we do this whole thing. Else, we gotta do the shoot empty sound effect. Okay, there should be 15 rounds. And we crash. Okay, invalidate index amount on base nil, which makes sense. There should be a check now. So if my mag is not null, then we do this. If it is null, there could be a round loaded in the magazine. So we're gonna have to do this. We're gonna have to make a variable var round loaded pulse. Okay. Now, when round is loaded, so eject round. This takes place right here. When we eject the round, when we pull back, we need to load a round. Func load round. So we're gonna say if my magazine is not null, and if my mag amount is above 0, then we're gonna load a round, so that becomes true, and we will consume a round. So my mag dot, and then we have consume round. There we go. Now, when we shoot, we simply check if round is loaded, true. We do not care about the amount, because you could load a round but eject the magazine. And there we go. Okay. If the round loaded is true, the shot is executed, so position of the slide goes back. We play the sound. We eject a round. And this time we actually need to know if the round that is being ejected is spent or normal. So this is where we do spent, and this is where we do intact. Okay. And what we can do is just talk to the new round, type spent. We could also just have it as a boolean, but I think when I come back to the code way later, just seeing a true or false in here might throw me off. So type spent type, and that's what we're gonna send here. So it's either spent or intact. Okay, so we go to the round. It's already got a piece of code here. So func ready var spent type intact, and then we check if, or I guess match. What do we do? Bullet and casing. Okay, so casing always has to stay visible. So we just need to hide or reveal the bullet. Okay, so we need to give it a more generic name. So this is going to be called, what is it? Round, and then casing. We're definitely going to have to make a generic bullet. So if we do round dot visible equals true if spent type is intact, else false. Actually, it's getting late. Let's just do this. So the visibility of the round, I guess we'll just, you know what, tip, whatever. Let's just be stupid simple. The visibility of the tip is going to be based on whether or not the spent type is intact. If it is intact, it is visible. If it's spent, it's going to be invisible. Okay, going back to the pistol, kind of juggling 3 systems at once. The magazine, the pistol, and the round. Hoo boy, okay. Now, when we actually do shoot, we need to run the load round command again. And the round loaded becomes false. And then when load round takes place, if there's no magazine, or if its amount is at 0, nothing gets loaded, nothing gets consumed. And that's it. I think that's basically all there is to it. Now, is this gonna crash or is this gonna work? Nice. Okay, so we pulled the slide and it crashed. Let's see what's up. Invalid set type, rigid body, generic round. Oh, there's no, right, we can't use type. Generic round, spent type. There we go. The only thing that is missing right now is the fact that we can't extract the, whoops, the magazine. Well, that's shitty. Okay. We can see the bullets. I'm pretty sure that's more than 16 rounds. I am pretty sure that's more than 16 rounds. What the heck? Well, what the heck? Why didn't it shoot? First of all. We click shoot. Round loaded has to be true. So I suppose something happened right here. Let's print round loaded. It is pretty satisfying. Okay, so I'm just looking at, it says no round loaded, or lack thereof. So that means that this does not occur. My mag, I'm guessing this doesn't run. Let's do checking mag. So it doesn't run this checking mag. Likely because my mag is set to null. Why is it set to null? Mag node? Oh. No, my mag is set right here. Okay. Seems a little weird. That whole function doesn't run. What? Oh, that makes sense. This is the code where we pull. We need to load around. We need to load around. And if the round has been loaded, we inject an intact round. There we go. That's the problem. Feels like a well-lubricated gun. Yeah? I think the sound effects really sell it. I spent a little bit of time crafting some extra special stuff. Okay, well, we crashed. So it tried to do something. Invalid index amount on base rigid body magazine template. Amount. It's right there. What are you talking about? A moot. There we go. Am I? No, this is only one place where that was an issue. Hopefully, that's what it's gonna stay. Oh. Okay, well, all the bullets disappeared. Right. Hold on a sec. Ah, damn it. When we pull the slide, it needs to make round loaded become false. And after that, if there is a round, another round in the magazine, then it should become true. Okay. So where do we do this? We pull the slide. It is now pulled. Load round. So we say round loaded becomes false because we pulled the slide backwards. Then we attempt to load the round. If that doesn't pass any of these checks, it remains not loaded. And then if there was, actually, we can do it like this. If there was a loaded round, make it unloaded. There we go. Need the compilation every time you said, and we crashed. Gotta go at night. Sounds good, man. Appreciate the company nonetheless. I'm pretty much done myself. Yep, okay, there we go. And it's empty. Now if I plug this one in, still empty. Oh, still empty. Apparently still empty. Okay, let's try it. Okay, this is bullshit. Why is this happening? We pull it back. Oh, right. If the round was loaded, it becomes unloaded. We eject the round, and then we attempt to run the load round command. There we go. You know, actually implementing a jamming system wouldn't be too difficult. Okay. And then this is what the gun feels like in a heavily regulated country. Okay. Cool. Now that works, but it doesn't reload the gun after every shot. practically was the gem. Yeah, pretty much at this point. So we do the shot. Oh, right. Round loaded becomes false after we load the round. Man, I gotta watch that. Okay, this should do it. This should be good. Right. Right. Because we had to delete the left hand and place it back in, so the alignment is off. Well, that sucks. Okay. Nice. Man, this is awesome. Oh, well, now I can't let go of anything. It's another thing we're gonna have to deal with. Okay. Can we do some sort of like a central impulse on the hand? We don't have access to the hand. Okay. I think 3 hours is more than enough for this set of features. I believe the only thing that's really remaining is being able to grab a magazine. Grab a magazine after it's been deposited. Which I think we should be able to do with a shape, and we're gonna call it grab mag shape, or inserted mag grab helper shape. Did a lot of coding, gonna sleep well. Hell yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna double check something. If I do this, so the purpose of this shape is to stick out the bottom and be disabled. And then in the code, when the magazine is inserted, we tell this shape to become true, except, or not disabled, excuse me. We need to do call deferred also. False. So it's not going to be disabled, and we should be able to grab it by that shape. Okay. Oh, yes, it is possible. Oh, and we crashed. Now using the function slide let go in base rigid body magazine template. Interesting. For some reason, it thought that I was holding a gun. Well, that's weird. If holding slide... Oh, so holding slide was true. Even though... Whew. That is very strange. Okay. I think that's fine. We'll leave it for next time. Cool. That's it. That's all for today. Cool. Cool beans. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll continue in the next one.